Hello and welcome to Musical Soup. My name is John Darst and I'm your host. This show is designed to showcase the talent up here in the White Mountains. We're here in the studio with a great guitarist and personal friend who I admire. It is my pleasure to present Bob Veltre. You've been playing guitar probably as long as I have.
I've been playing over 50 years. You know, I started when I was 11. I wasn't very good when I started. I played kind of like this, like.
Well, that's kind of the way I play now. Hey, that's one of my licks. So who were your major guitar influences?
Well, I started out, as kids we listened to AM radio in New York. We were listening to what was on the Stones and who was popular on the radio back then,
Beach Boys,
Beach Boys and surf music. That's really where we started out playing surf music and,
Nice. So there's always that point to where jazz comes into the picture. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I was playing blues, and I was very young, maybe 13, 14 years old, playing blues, listening to B.B. King. And back in the 60s, I don't even think I had a B.B. King record, but we went to see him play, and other people had his records. And so we were playing blues in a garage band, junior high school garage band, and we thought it was great. I went to see him at the Fillmore, and he was drinking white port on stage, and I just thought that was the greatest idea. So I had to get some white port and start drinking that, playing the blues, so find somebody old enough to buy some white port, and we'd play the blues. But anyway, one day my brother brought home he brought home a couple of records. One was a Thelonious Monk record, and the other one was a Wes Montgomery album. And when I heard the Wes Montgomery album, I just thought it was corny and weird, you know. So it took me about another year before listening to it, and finally it hit like, wow, this guy's amazing. And so then I actually learned that tune that I played, this one, Twisted Blues, that one.
Right.
I learned that when I was about 15, and picked that off the record, you know, because back then when you wanted to learn a tune, you'd take the arm and put it back, and then you try to figure out that, and try to put it back, and then put it back. And
You're dating yourself there, buddy. You mean you didn't have YouTube?
YouTube is amazing. I mean, you can find anything now. That's why I gave you my whole record collection. I don't need it anymore.
So you've probably gone through a few guitars. Like this is what is this one here? This is a Gibson.
This is a 125, ES 125, and it's a 1959, so it's really old. And the reason I got it was because my first guitar that I ever got was from a paper route. And so I had this paper route. I made $5 a week and saved that money. And my brother found me a 1959 Gibson ES 330. And that was the guitar we played for all those years as kids. And when I was, I don't know how old, 19 or something, I sold it, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made. So I found this in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
And it was cheap, and I should have bought both of them, got it too. So.
It's a nice guitar. Boy, it really is held up.
And I put flat wound strings on it, so it gets that nice warm tone, you know. I know you play with round wounds. So.
Round wounds sometimes, well, a lot of times, and the flat wounds sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So. So you've been up here playing, I mean, you've done solo guitar, you've played with the various bands up here, and then you finally ended up with my trio, the John Darst Jazz Trio, which Bob really rounded it out very nicely. And we've been doing this, about the last 8-9 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We had a nice 6-year run at Salt Restaurant as a trio. So it's been a good run, and
It's been a nice gig. I'm going to miss that gig.
yeah.
I do have stuff on the internet, original stuff and not original stuff, on SoundCloud at Bob Veltre, soundcloud.com/Bob Veltre. There's about 30 songs on there. And then also at reverbnation.com/Bob Veltre. And that's Veltre. So all one word, Bob Veltre. And please go and listen. It'd be great.
So, well, Bob, your tunes were well chosen, flawlessly played, and
Thank you, John. I look forward to hearing you play now.
oh, thanks.
Well, welcome John Darst, phenomenal guitarist and vocalist here in the White Mountains, and glad to have you here, John.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here, Bob.
So tell us about your set that you played.
Well, those are some of my favorite tunes I've always wanted to put on some kind of, for posterity. I always liked those tunes from the 30s, 40s, early 50s, Cole Porter tunes. And most of those tunes I did play were Cole Porter. The Way You Look Tonight has always been my favorite. And I've always liked that style of music. Actually, I've liked it from the 8th grade. That's kind of weird, because back when I was in the 8th grade, they were playing doo-wop music, and then come the Beach Boys. But it's at Ellington, Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald at an early age. And I just kind of ran with it, I always liked it. I was kind of an oddball in high school.
Not common for a high school.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's great. And so you played in LA?
I lived in LA for the last 25 years, up until '97. And I played with various bands there. Moved up here to Snowflake, and I thought, well, that's the end of my jazz playing. And while was I in for a great surprise, I ran into our bass player, Chris Long, and then we stumbled onto Bob, which is a real treat. And here we are. We've got a jazz trio up here. We've been playing together about 8 or 9 years, and we get to play all the stuff that we love.
Someday, when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you, just the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you, just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness goes, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart, dear. Lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
Originally at the Branding Iron, that's where we
Oh yeah, we
met
started
and played.
the Branding Iron, that's right.
And then moved to Salt.
Salt Restaurant and Wine Bar. We've been there for 6 years now, and unfortunately she's closing at the end of the month. So this is September. But she's got another restaurant, the El Rancho. I think that we're going to be moving up there. So we'll see. Anyway.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On this you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory. On this you can rely. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. The world will always welcome lovers.
But music wasn't the only profession I did. I was a plumbing contractor. I had to actually make a living. So actually, plumbing worked out really well. So because I didn't have to play guitar to pay the rent, so it was a good combination. I got to I could pay the band members to come out and play, and we could play anything we wanted. So yeah, it was a good time. I have a website, jdarstmusic.com, and most of it promotes the trio. There's some video clips of the band at various venues. But you can contact us at jdarstmusic.com, and that has our schedule, our calendar, and a few other tidbits on there. So please check it out.
Well, it's great to hear your set. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Bill. Coming from you, that is a great compliment. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, man.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us here on Musical Soup, and thanks again for listening to Bob Veltre and myself. I would love to hear from musicians and music lovers out there. You can email me at jdarstmusic gmail.com. There's more music to come, so we'll see you next time on Musical Soup, live and local.
The thoughts are bouncing